Greetings. I am General Nuisance, here to discuss the attributes of the Mark I General Pharbeigh utility banjo. It is an item which was developed in the United States of America for the benefit of Civil War reenactors. They may utilize it after a hard day of reenacting to sit around in character with what appears to be a period-appropriate musical instrument. It is, in fact, a playable banjo. Research indicates that geared pegs were available on guitars and mandolins of the era, and a person making their own banjo out of a grain measure or a cheese box would possibly use salvaged geared pegs from another instrument to gear up their own pegs for their banjo. The peg head is a very simple design, as might have been made by a person who is relatively unskilled in the art of luthiery and more skilled in the art of farming. A close examination of the peg head will indicate that there is a reinforcing rod in the neck. The reinforcing rod is T220 aircraft aluminum, which is completely camouflaged from the view of those who would be shocked to discover that such a high-tech product had been snuck into an apparently 1800s instrument. The body appears to be a grain measure or cheese box with a possum hide head. It is in fact a REMO hand drum camouflaged behind cherry veneer with a purely cosmetic row of tacks. The head was bonded to the body at the REMO factory by people who do this for a living. They know what they're about. The connection of the body to the perch stick is by means of a period-appropriate wooden wedge. There is an additional pin and block at the other end of the perch stick, providing reinforcement for the edge of the banjo, as experience has indicated that over the years the pressure of the strings may cause a thin-rimmed banjo to bend inward. The neck is made of cherry, grown in America. The fingerboard is made of maple. The bridge is made of maple. The tailpiece is made of cherry with brass-plated steel pins as string anchors. The tailpiece is anchored to the perch stick with a piece of authentic galvanized barn wire, such as may be used in the 1860s by a person making their own banjo. After a hard day of reenacting, one may sit in costume or uniform around the campfires and play any song appropriate to the period. If one wishes to play a song that is not appropriate to the period, I can give you the advice of banjo expert Ken Haferman from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, who once said to me, "Kid, it's your banjo. Play it any damn way you want." The choice of songs may include, but is not limited to, the following. That concludes the demonstration of the General Pharbeigh. We wish to add the further bit of information that the General Pharbeigh is not named after a specific military commander appropriate to that conflict in our nation's history, but is in fact named after the several persons in the reenactor community who would say, "That's not really authentic, but in general, far be it from me to say who may or may not bring something to a reenactment campsite." Thank you for your attention.